bag and play the fool, babe. Just play the game and hold on, maybe. But I'm done with the waiting, done with the waiting. I'm done with playing nice. Now look me in the eyes. Tell me, tell me, tell me what you see inside. Not gonna ask you twice. Not looking for your lies. Tell me, do you wanna go?
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Meals with Maria. This is my fall vibes recipe video. I'll be making pulled pork in the crock pot, a sweet potato casserole, and some German cabbage in the Instant Pot. This first recipe is a pulled pork in the crock pot. It's honestly the best pulled pork in the crock pot I've ever had. We're just going to start by putting the whole pork butt in the crock pot and slicing up one whole onion.
I'm done with playing nice. Now look me in the eyes. Tell me, tell me what you see inside. Not gonna ask you twice. Not looking for your lies. Tell me, do you wanna go? Do you wanna go? Do you wanna go? Do you wanna go?
Now I'm just going to add 1 cup of barbecue sauce. You'll notice me using this tiny little blue spatula. It is an absolute lifesaver. I didn't have one until about a year ago and I 100% recommend it, so I'm going to link one below for you guys. Here I'm just adding a 1/2 cup of cider vinegar, a 1/2 cup of chicken broth, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of dried sage, and I am just going to microplane 2 cloves of garlic. You guys know how I feel about the microplane. I will link one of those below for you too. We're just going to put this on high for 5 hours. At the end of the 5 hours, it is fall apart and delicious. This looks a little soupy for my taste, but it tastes amazing. It was my favorite pulled pork ever. I'm just serving it alongside a macaroni and cheese that is actually a cauliflower mac and cheese that I made on my meal prep on Sunday. I will link that video below, but yes, this was overall an amazing fall meal. The next recipe is a mashed sweet potato recipe. I'm just starting off by cooking the sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot. It is honestly so easy. You just pop the potatoes into the Instant Pot with 1 cup of water. Then you're just going to cook them for 15 minutes on high pressure and then let it release on regular steam release for 10 minutes. Your result is perfectly cooked sweet potatoes. I actually just took these out, let them cool off, and put them in the fridge overnight until it was time for me to make my casserole. When you take them out of the fridge, it's amazingly easy to just peel the skins right off, no problem. Now I'm just using a hand masher to mash these up, and I'm really making up my recipe as I go here. What tastes good in sweet potatoes? I've got about 2 tablespoons of unsweetened almond milk, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. If you wanted to make these vegan, you could definitely use a vegan butter and they would turn out just fine. I'm just going to place the mashed potatoes into this little casserole dish, and then I have these maple toasted pecans. If you don't have these type of pecans, you could just use plain pecans, or you could put them with some brown sugar or roast them up. I'm just going to chop these up, taste them, they're so good. Just make sure it would taste right, and place them on top of my casserole. This casserole just needs to be cooked in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes for a perfectly warm sweet potato that is absolutely stunning. It is a favorite fall recipe of mine from now on. The final recipe in this video is a German cabbage. So I had some red cabbage. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I'm thinking it would taste good with apples. So I found this recipe. It includes an apple, some onion, brown sugar, some apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of butter. So we've got 2 tablespoons of butter in our Instant Pot, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and then I'm just going to chop the rest of this head of cabbage very thinly. Honestly, my husband basically declared that he hates cabbage and was horrified that I was making this meal, but once I cooked it, not only was it so easy, he absolutely loved it and he wants me to make it again. He was so shocked and surprised that you could make cabbage like this. So I'm just going to peel my apple and then actually grate it. So there's not really any chunks of apple in this recipe, but it does have that nice sweet flavor to it, and you can really tell that the apple's in there. If I was doing like a larger recipe, I might use my food processor, but in this case, the grater works just fine for the single apple. Really doesn't make as much as I thought it did, but it really makes an impact with the taste. My favorite thing about this recipe is that it's set and forget. I'm literally going to take this onion and just grate up 2 tablespoons of it. It's a very small amount. I'm just going to set the Instant Pot for high for 3 minutes once everything is in there, and then once it's gone off, I'm going to quick release for about 5, and that's it. It's so fast and so amazing. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video today. I hope it gave you some inspiration for some fall vibes and awesome meals to make. If you like this video and want to see more, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm going to link that video for the cauliflower mac down below, and I will see you guys next time.